Hello. I want to apologize for scheduling the reading sprints on the wrong day. I was not paying attention apparently. And luckily Carol told me in the chat and I rescheduled it, but I don't know if it's still I don't know if I changed it in time. I can't remember if it
Yeah,
popped up
it was
for me.
it was like starting and Kim messaged me and I was looking and I was like, "Oh shoot." Like I didn't even notice or whatever. And then but yeah, they did their own sprints for a little bit. So
Hey, I
it's
love
good.
that. Hi Marcy. Hi Amanda. Hello. So we're gonna do some sprints, probably for I'm good for like 3 hours as long as Carol's okay with that. If not, you're more than welcome to like go if you need to or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't have to pick up Rob until 6. So right now it's 3. So I have a good 3 hours. I can get some reading in. So let us know, what are you guys gonna be reading? What are you guys reading right now? Hi. I love that you guys did your own sprints. That's so I love that. That's great. I don't feel as bad now about it. I don't know how it happened, to be honest. Usually I'm pretty good about it, but I must have been doing it like oftentimes I do make the posts like on a 10-minute break and I'll just like quickly post them on there and I
Right.
just probably didn't have time to double check. So I'm
That's
so
what I
glad you
figured. I
caught
was like,
that.
well, she probably said it and then now it's like working or whatever. And like
Yeah.
you can't, doesn't see. So
I wasn't able to catch it. But yeah, I think I'm going to be reading the Book of Cold Cases. I did start it, but I'm only I'm on page 51, chapter 10. But
how are
I'm
you
like
liking it?
really, really into it. Yeah, I started it today. So, but I've been like in between like 4 different things. I did start the audiobook for Flowers in the Attic too. And so I found like my book and like where I was at. I'm already on page 133. So I'm like making some progress with that. So I'm liking both of these right now though.
Oh,
So
good, good.
good
Yeah,
sign
I was
since
going to try to reread Flowers in the Attic, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
the audiobook is really good. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
is
how
it?
you
Because
read
I
it
have
or
it
not.
out from my library, but
Yeah, the audiobook's on Scribd and Mina Savari is the narrator.
oh,
Yeah.
shoot. It can't be that long of an audiobook either, so maybe I
It's
should.
really not. I'm listening at 2 times speed. I think it's somewhere around like 6.5, almost 7 maybe on 2 times speed. So I think it's altogether like
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot.
15
But I don't,
hours.
yeah, maybe I will. I don't know if I can make the live show. I only read it last year, so I mean, like, I remember a good
Right.
bit of it, but
Oh, for sure. But I do highly recommend the audiobook. I was like, well, I don't know what to listen to right now. And then I was like, well, I do need to read Flowers in the Attic. So let me just like get that. And then I started listening to the audiobook and it said like um Mina Savari was the narrator and I was like, that's really cool. Okay, well, and then I started listening to it and I'm really, really enjoying listening to it. So I think I'm going to continue with the audiobook
nice.
rather than read it physically. Yeah. We'll see what else
I
do you
think
have.
I have some
Imprint?
options.
Here?
Oh, yes.
I know I saw your post about it too, and I'm like, I started that book like months ago, and I'm so like not far at all. Like
Oh,
I'm gonna have to restart it.
it's
At
so
some point.
good. So
I'm
good.
glad they're loving it though. Starting my first Darcy Coates. Awesome. I love it. I love Darcy Coates. Or at least a couple that I've read. I really, really enjoy. Mm, the Last Graduate. Which one is that one?
That's
That's
the
the
second
author.
one. I really like that series.
Oh, okay. That's the author that wrote.
Uprooted and Spinning
Yes, I
Silver.
was gonna say Spinning Silver, and I was like, Spinning Silver's the second book, but whatever. Couldn't think of what the first book is. I don't think I've ever read anything by that author. I definitely wanted to though. I want to read Uprooted.
That's a good one. I like that one more than Spinning Silver, but I think I like this Deadly Education series more, like the most out of what I've read
Oh,
from her.
really? That's cool. Is it like different than because Uprooted's supposed to be like, isn't it adult fantasy or something like that?
Yeah, I think Uprooted is like Beauty and the Beast kind of retelling, and then A Deadly Education and The Last Graduate are like a magic school, and it's the way it's written is like you're kind of just thrown into it, and she doesn't like world build a lot, and you're in the main character's head like all the time, so you just know what she knows, but it's not like she's explaining things to you. A lot of people like really hate it because of that, but I really like it. It's like the Locked Tomb series, like Harrow the Ninth and Gideon the Ninth, where it's like you're not really explained anything.
Interesting.
But they both are. I don't. I almost spoiled something.
Sounds cool though.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
I did really like The Haunting of Ashburn House. I hope you enjoy it as
Yeah.
well.
That one creeped me out.
Ruska by Edward Rutherford.
Oh my goodness.
Historical fiction. Interesting. I hope you are enjoying that. Yeah, it's hard for me to read after work too. That's why I find like my busier weeks, I'm not reading a whole lot because I'm just so tired from work that I want to do literally like nothing or just like mindlessly
Right.
like watch YouTube videos or watch TV. Like I rarely get a ton of reading done like on my busy work days. Unless I like work early enough that
You have the time to like wind
yeah,
down,
exactly.
transition. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. It is. And if your mind is still kind of like in that work mode and your mind is still constantly going, like for me, like this week's going to be really stressful because we're getting like completely new systems. So I'm basically going to have to relearn everything that I already know. And I'm just like super nervous about it. Like that's so silly that I even care that much, but like that's where my brain has been lately. Like I haven't been able to relax because I'm just constantly anxious about learning this new stuff and then also learning it while we have like our busy hours. And
Right.
like it's just gonna be chaotic. And I get really, really nervous about being like too slow when I'm like trying to get people in and out of the store, but whatever. We'll just
Yeah.
figure it out. It's gonna be fine.
That's well. Yeah. I don't work now, but when I did, I would like when I was in management, I was in management at an airline. So the only time we weren't flying a plane was between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. So my work never stopped.
Oh my
I
god.
had to have my email on my phone. I remember my husband like left and went to a party one Friday night, and I was like on conference calls until like 1 a.m, like doing stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So that's why I was like, once I do go back to work, I want a job where, as much as possible, I can leave it there.
yes.
I know, like, you still, no matter what job you have, you still go home and like think about it or like whatever. But
Mhm.
I don't want to bring a computer home. I don't want email on my phone. I don't.
No, no, absolutely not. That's I'm like
No.
really grateful that my job doesn't entail a lot of that. I'm just anxious
Right.
because of the new stuff. But
Yeah.
other than that, usually I don't have to worry about work. Once I've clocked out, I'm done for the day and that's
Right.
it. My husband, it can be like that for him where like he's getting phone calls on the weekend or like on his day off or whatever, like when he's already left work, like he'll get phone calls and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like I don't have to deal with any of that. How about you? Oh, you read The Shining and you liked it. That's great. I
Yeah.
still haven't read The Shining yet.
That
But I'm
was her first King, too.
really? Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
lot. Yeah. That's a kind of something you'll have to be prepared for if you're going to like read more Stephen King is like child abuse, it seems to happen a lot. Domestic abuse seems to happen a lot in his books. So just
Yeah,
be
and
warned.
I don't know if he's a product of that. He might be, because I know there's been a lot of talk about his dad not always being present and things of that sort. So I don't know if he like writes from experience. But yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah. Seems like almost every one of his books that I've read includes some sort of abuse or something in that like realm, like very triggering content. So if it's something, if it really, really affected you, like maybe that's just not a route you want to go. Or maybe like go with his like lighter stuff. I would feel like Joyland was pretty like
Hmm.
mellow for the most part. Like I think you'd be all right with that. Or I don't know what else would be considered lighter. I mean, I guess Pet Cemetery doesn't really have any like child abuse or like child or like spousal abuse or anything. Though it
Right.
does involve like
Right.
death and stuff.
There's a difference between violence against children and child abuse. So it's
Right.
either,
Yeah.
you're gonna get one or the other usually.
Right. Exactly. So there's a lot. There's a lot of that. The Shining was your first King. Yeah, I'm curious to know, Kim. But we're just giving you a heads up that that's like kind of a reoccurring theme in a lot of his works. We're going to be reading Firestarter for Horror in 24 next month, which I'm so excited about. I have not watched the trailer for the film that's coming
Me
out
neither.
at all. Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch it yet. Should I watch it? Is it like
I don't know. Are you
or should I
worried
just
about like
go in blind?
spoilers for the book?
Mm, not really, because I do like the original Firestarter is still very fresh in my memory, even
Oh,
though
okay.
I haven't probably watched it since I was probably like 15, but I still feel like I remember a lot of it. So I'm not really worried about spoilers. I don't know. I guess I don't like to watch trailers for movies for the most part a lot of the time, just because it's like you essentially watch the entire movie. Like there are
Yeah.
usually a lot of really important like or really like shocking or good scenes in trailers, and then when you go to watch it, like sometimes it can just like make it a little like lackluster, I
Yeah.
guess. So I'd kind of rather go in just completely blind, like
Hmm.
even though I know a lot of what might happen, but they could totally go a different route with it. I have no idea because I haven't watched the trailer. So I don't even know if it's going to be anywhere near the original.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I've
But I'm
been
excited because I've definitely had like a major itch to rewatch like the original Firestarter. So that was going to be a King book that I was like definitely wanting to read very, very, very soon. So now I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I read it a couple years ago and I didn't really like it. But I'm gonna reread it. So
I wonder, yeah, I loved the movie. I loved the movie. It was like I had always loved horror even as a kid. And so that was just like a movie that I really enjoyed watching that didn't like scare me. So I don't know. I always really, really liked that one. It was the one I remember like watching many, many times.
yeah.
So I'm excited. Very excited for it. We could probably sprint at 20. We'll do a full 40-minute, like we've been doing. That's been kind of fun,
Yeah.
just sprinting to the hour. I haven't read Sleeping Beauties
Me
yet.
either.
Is that like a sequel or it's like
No, that's got he wrote it with his son.
oh, okay. So that one's not like tied to any other
I
books.
not that I
I don't know why
know
I felt
of.
like it was.
Like I don't think it's a sequel, but maybe it ties in with his universe. I'm not sure.
I mean, that's definitely possible. That happens a lot with his books too. I'm definitely planning to read it like June, July, and August. I haven't mapped it out yet what I'm going to do. Probably will this evening because I'll have some like chill time. So, going to try and like plan
I
out
hope you
an
like it.
actual read along. I'm sure that I will, or at least I really, really hope that I do. But I'm sure I'm sure I will if I don't give myself like if I don't pressure myself to finishing it all in one go, you know? Like
Yeah.
breaking it up like that I think is going to be helpful. Yeah, I feel like Pet Cemetery is really good. Salem's Lot is really good, and Joyland's really good.
Mhm.
Salem's Lot does have some child abuse in it as well. Just a forewarning, Kim, if that's what you're planning on reading. Hi, how are you today? What are you going to be reading? We're going to be sprinting in like 1 minute. We're going to sprint to the hour. So, did you guys all in the chat let us know what
Yeah.
I don't know if I got everyone's books. I know Amanda's reading Darcy Coates. Marcy's reading Empire the Vampire. The Last Graduate. Haunting of Ashburn House. That's going to be good.
There's such a creepy scene in that book. Like, it just stuck with me.
I wonder. I don't want to like spoil it or anything. I'm like, what scene is it? I'm trying to remember.
I'll put it in the
I read
private
it like
chat.
last year, I think. Yeah, just send it to me in the chat. Oh, Ninth House. I've been wanting to reread that because
Have you seen the cover for the next one?
I know it looks so cool. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh, that's such a cool
gosh.
cover. Now I gotta reread Ninth House.
Me too.
I feel like well, the first time I read it, I think I gave it like 3.5 stars or something, but I did feel very confused about just the whole setup, just the whole world and everything. I know that
Yeah.
it was like, really confusing, maybe too smart for me. But I have heard from other people like after reading it a second time, they loved it more. So I kind of feel like I'm going to be in that like wheelhouse. Like I'm just going to enjoy it more reading it a second time, but
I feel like the synopsis is a little off from what it is. I don't know.
really? I
But
haven't read the
like,
synopsis for the second book.
I just remember
Cover.
what some people's like complaints were, but I mean, a lot of people still really like it.
Oh,
I really
really?
liked it too.
Great. All right, let's get to sprinting. We're going to sprint to the hour. And yeah. Oh, Carol, I didn't even ask you what you were reading.
Oh, you know what?
What are you going to read? I'm so sorry.
I started to even get my book ready and then I was distracted. The Butcher Boy.
Oh, that
It's
looks
like
good.
if Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye was like a serial killer or like a maniac. I don't know.
Interesting.
It is so weird. If I didn't have a toddler or a dog or responsibilities, I would just like sit and read the whole book in one sitting. Like,
Really?
yeah,
How far are you right now?
129 and it's only 231 pages. So
Is
maybe I'll
this like a
finish
newer
it.
release or is it an older book?
No, it's from like the early 90s, I think.
Huh.
Yeah.
I have never heard of it, but
It's
oh
pretty
my,
wild so far.
oh my gosh. Okay, cool. All right. Well, hopefully you get a good amount read right now. You can tell us some more. All right. To the hour. Okay. How much reading did you guys get done? I read
Got like 19 pages.
cool. I read like 25. So what exactly is that about? Is it about a serial killer?
So I don't know if he's actually like technically a serial killer, but so this young boy, Francie, has like a really crappy home life. Like his dad is an abusive alcoholic, and so he's kind of like out on his own, like doing his own thing. Like his parents aren't really keeping an eye on him, and then like he kind of only has one friend because he's weird. And um, this new kid moves into town, and him and his friend decide they don't like the new kid, so he starts tormenting this new kid. But he is unstable and gets sent to an industrial school run by priests to kind of like shape him, like get him scared straight or whatever. He gets like molested there. He gets out and finds out that his best friend is friends with the kid that he used to torment. And we're like in this kid's stream of conscious, and he is so unstable, and there's no quotation marks. So he will say that something is happening or that he says something, but then he'll be like, actually, I didn't say that. I said this. Like, it is so chaotic.
Hmm.
And it's like, I don't know if you've read Catcher in the Rye,
I
but it's
did back in like high school.
so
So
it's got like the kind of like snotty, like that, like just like the smart ass kid attitude.
mhm.
But he gets a job at a butcher shop because he's the butcher boy, and he is like totally cool with slaughtering these baby pigs, and he's just takes pig's blood and writes pig all over this woman's bedroom. Like he hasn't killed anybody yet, but I know that's where it's going.
For
But you're
sure.
so like engrossed in his thoughts. Like
What?
that it's you're just like so zoned in, and like that he is insane, but he is like justifying things, and like I don't know, like I am so far into it, and he has yet to kill somebody, but I know it's coming. So I feel like the ending, like the last little bit of the book, last I don't know, 60 pages are probably going to be like super chaotic. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah, it is.
Ooh,
It was a Booker Prize nominee.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah. The New
heard
York
of it.
Times said it was lyrical, disturbing, horrific, and hilarious.
Hmm.
Part Huck Finn, part Holden Caulfield, part Hannibal Lecter.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
like that though. I like that those types of horror books. Like it's like a character study.
Right. You're like lost in his thoughts, like in his
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, it's
I like those books, especially when they start from like childhood. So you see that progression.
right. And it's one of those things where it's um like you would like from what's going on, it's obviously he's a product of his environment, but also like possibly like inheriting some chemical imbalances and some mental
Right.
health issues. It's just
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's kind of like funny though, too, like which is weird.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm very interested. I just added it to my wish list so I don't forget it.
yeah, it's written like I definitely had to get used to the um, not lingo, but like just the way he thinks and his sarcasm and the way it's written and stuff. Because without quotation marks, it always takes me a little bit of time to like get the flow.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
What
definitely
about you?
takes
You still liking it?
Yes, absolutely. I am so happy that I picked those up. I mean, I can understand why everybody's loving it for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like it just I think Simone St. James does that like that paranormal thriller thing very well, much in the way that like how Jennifer McMahon does it with like horror and paranormal elements and stuff. I just love the way that she because
Right. Like it's a really like a good balance.
yeah.
Like, if I'm not going into a straight up horror novel, but I know there's going to be like paranormal horror elements, like it's got to be like, I don't know, it's got to feel realistic that it
Yeah,
goes with the
for
rest of
sure.
the story.
No, I'm really
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I think if anyone liked, you know, the Broken Girls, or if you like Jennifer McMahon, or if you liked Home Before Dark, like this is just giving those same vibes, like
Yeah.
just that perfect mix of like mystery and paranormal, and I just love it. I don't know. I'm really liking it. I know I'm gonna be able to finish it pretty quick because it's gonna be one I'm gonna like want to sit down and read, and I kind of need that right now. So
She's never disappointed me.
yeah, I mean, I haven't read the Sundown Motel yet. That's but I loved The Broken Girls.
Yeah.
It's probably one of like my all-time favorite like mystery thriller books
Oh,
because
wow.
yeah, I still think about it.
Hmm.
So, and with mystery thrillers, a lot of them are kind of come and go. Like you read it, you find out the ending, and then it's whatever. But like that one was just so the way that it's grounded in history too. I don't know, just like really impacted me, and I still think about it. So I don't think that that will have that same impact, but I'm like very much enjoying like the writing and the paranormal elements, and
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I think The Broken Girls was like very like it had a lot of emotional elements and
Yeah. Like, from what I remember of all the books that I've read from her, I feel like that one was super, like, yeah, more emotional, like darker.
deeper, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. But I still like it's still one that I think about because oftentimes like with mystery thrillers, especially ones that are kind of faster paced like how this is, they're not like there's not like memorable characters or like
Yep.
um yeah, not much of an emotional attachment, I guess, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But like that one was like very interesting, like historical fiction, paranormal mystery. It was just like a lot of things mixed in that like I don't know, added that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I still think about it all the time. I'm like, "Oh, man, I wanna reread that one." And I never wanna, like, reread mystery thrillers, like, most of the time, you've read it once, you know what happens, like, whatever. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. That one I just still think back and I'm like think back fondly. But, how far did everybody else get? Are you enjoying what you're reading? How are you feeling? I know that, Amanda was saying that,
Oh, yeah.
The Haunting of Ashburn house is very atmospheric. I love that. I did feel that
Darcy
one.
Coates is great. She's so much fun.
Yeah, I love when you guys get to like talking about her stuff because then it makes me want to read her stuff. Like between like you and Crystal, and then I see Aaron Megan talk
Mhm.
about Darcy Coates a lot. So
I think she's read like everything by her. So
that's so cool.
I'm reading, I also have The Ravenous Dead. I'm reading on my Kindle by her, which is like a sequel to one of her books that just recently came out. It's
Hmm.
just so much fun.
Really, I
Yeah.
love it.
Like,
I think her like from what I've read of her, it like her books are fun and they're like fast paced and just easy to read. It's just
yeah.
very like just so easy. You don't have to think too much. Like it's just
Right,
fun.
and I'm not, and that's not like a bad thing. Like, I feel
I
bad
love
when
it.
when I say like, "Oh, her stuff's formulaic and it's cozy horror." Like that, I don't mean any of that in a bad way.
I
Like,
don't
she
think
does
that's
it
a
so
bad
well.
thing. No, yeah, that's not a bad thing at all because like oftentimes like it's so nice and refreshing to just read something that you don't have to put a whole lot of thought into. I mean, this like
Yeah.
is in a way like that. Like, you know, I might be like, "Oh, okay, so like is there a hint of something that might happen later here and there?" But like it's really not a lot of like having to like put all your focus and energy into it, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun and easy. Yes, it's very fun. Her stuff is very fun and easy. I think you'll enjoy it, and then you'll want to read more of her stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
The Haunting of Lee Harker was her new release last year, or one of her releases last year. And that, like, first, I don't know if it's like the prologue or the first chapter, but that was so terrifying.
Was it
Yeah,
really?
but then, like, later on in the book, I'm like crying. So she's like heartwarming or like
Yeah.
heartbreaking, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
good.
cool. They're reading Ashburn
Yeah.
in May. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I'm gonna have to definitely like uh try to like remember or set a timer for the live show. That way I can watch it and join in the chat because that'll be interesting. I'd love to see what everyone thinks about that one.
I think.
Annoyed by Lee Harker for
Wow.
the
I definitely. I can't remember if I guessed what was going on or not. I don't think so. I guess something else, but not like the big thing. I don't know.
Interesting. I'm definitely excited to read more of her stuff for sure. I might look for something else of hers too. Just because I don't know, that sounds really appealing right now as something just easy and cozy.
Yeah. I always like. I think I first started reading her like anytime I associate books with seasons a lot. So like I first started reading her books like in the summer when I first had my kid, like his first summer in the world, and
Mhm.
it was just hot and like it'd be storming or I'd be up all night with him if he wasn't like sleeping well or something. I'd just be reading these scary ass Darcy Coates books. Like, hell yeah.
I love that. I feel like that's the perfect time when you're just like your life is so chaotic. Like it's just perfect to like
Yeah.
read something that's just not going to like even though it's scary, like
Yeah.
it's not going to add any extra like stress or chaos in your life because it's just
Yeah.
it's like watching a movie. Like
Mhm.
it's like relaxing.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Is it just wild in the beginning? I don't get it. Like,
Well, it's weird because the summary or the premise is like the main woman, she's been in her house for over a decade and all of a sudden it's haunted. And so like you got to figure like she's got to figure out why, what's going on and all this stuff.
oh, that's cool. I like that. I think that's like something different from anything else that I've read.
Yeah.
Most of the time they like move into a haunted place or the place is already haunted.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's cool. Well, I'm gonna have to add that one to my list too.
Mhm.
The first like 7 chapters. What the fuck?
Yeah. I really like that one though.
Love it. What is it called?
The Haunting of Lee Harker.
Let's just add another one.
Just whatever, man.
Might as well.
Are you still using your Kindle a lot? Do you have KU?
I do. I do. Are they on Kindle
Oh yeah.
Unlimited?
All
Oh,
her
it
stuff is
is.
on there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna add it on there then. Oh, I like the cover. It's cool.
Mhm.
I think she has a lot of stuff on Kindle Unlimited, which is awesome.
Yeah, I don't want to say like all her stuff, but I know because I know Kindle Unlimited like rotates their library somehow. I don't know how it works, but I've always read her stuff off of KU.
I like that. I want to read The Haunting of Gillespie House. I know that's one.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the other one? Craven Manor or something? I really want to read that
Yeah, I
one.
gotta read that one still. There was one I read that was like a series. I can't remember. Rookwood House or something, and then there's like a little novella with it. It's a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
she if you sign up for like her email and stuff, sometimes she sends out like short stories and stuff and
Oh,
little
cool. I
things.
love that. Oh, okay. Okay. I will. I think I added it. I'll just go ahead and add that one.
Yeah, I always go through KU and like add stuff and like it downloads or comes to my Kindle. And then like eventually the other day I hit it and they're like, you need to return something. And I'm like, oh, damn. I
Ah,
realize.
right. Oh, I had already purchased Craven Manor. What am I talking about? It's on there. It's already on my Kindle because I've already purchased it. There's just so many right now. There's so many that I have purchased on here. I just recently got this one. It's called Man Fuck This House. It just
Oh my
sounds
gosh. Somebody just told me to read that.
really okay. I
Yeah.
got it. It's on Kindle Unlimited.
I have it on my, I think that's one of the ones that I was trying to download and they're like, you have too many books.
Really? Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
recently downloaded it. I saw it available for Kindle Unlimited and I was like, that's a cool like title. And then I
Mhm.
read what it was about and it sounded really good. So I'm going to definitely read that at some point. I've been wanting to read more novellas and stuff just because I feel like I just don't have a whole lot of time that I
Yeah.
can dedicate to reading right now. So if I can read shorter things, it'll not be so feel like so much obligation.
Oh, dang.
What? That's awesome, Kim. I love
I'll
that.
get the, well, I was going to say I'll get there one day, but if she keeps cranking them out, maybe not.
I know, right? Like there are a lot. There are a lot to read. That's cool. How long have you been subscribed to her
I
newsletter?
am not sure. I don't know.
Hmm.
I get so many damn emails.
I know, right? 5 coming out this year.
Right, I was
Wow.
just thinking like last year she definitely had at least 2 like full-length novels come out.
Holy cow. Wow. All right. Well, I'll just contact you guys and you guys can tell me which are the best ones and the ones I should read because I'm going to get overwhelmed. 5? That's so crazy. She said there are 2 or 3 short stories I can't get my hands on.
I wonder if she wrote some for like Nightworms and stuff, like book subscriptions.
Maybe. That'd be cool. I haven't came across any, I think, with stories by her that I can think of. So we can start sprinting again at 20 and we'll sprint to the hour. My dog's like sleeping right here. She's so cute. But she's like making she's not really snoring, but she's breathing very loud. So like when I was reading, I kept looking over. She had like gotten the hiccups. And then so I petted her for a little bit and then she fell asleep and then now she's like
That's what my husband brought the dog in, and he was like, "She's trying to lay down and rest, but Gunner won't let her." So
oh
brought her in here.
Robin doesn't let our big dog Rusty. She doesn't really let him rest either. She's
Yeah.
like always bothering him.
Well, Gunner needs to learn that Penny is like 10, 12 pounds, and he's used to his buddy Magoo, who was 75 pounds, and he would just lay on him and watch TV and stuff. I'm like, you can't do that with her.
Right? Oh man.
You
Yeah.
do.
It's the toddlers and the dogs just keeping them from
Yeah.
like hurting each other.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Robin will grab like the little dog's like her legs and I'm like, "Don't grab her legs. Oh my gosh, you're going to hurt her."
Well, Penny has a tail, so that's new too.
Yes,
The
my little
boxers just
dog
had
doesn't
little
have a
nubs.
tail, but she runs after Rusty's tail a lot. Or she kind of it was funny, like, yesterday, like we let Rusty inside because it was the evening, and he'll come inside in the evenings. Most during the day, he's just running the yard. But then in the evenings, he'll come in, he'll lay down for a little bit, and then we'll all go to bed. But we let him in the evening, and it must have been too early because he was still kind of like running circles in the house. So it was him running around, and he was excited. So the little dog was chasing after him, barking, and then Robin had like a play broom, and she's just running like this, and she's like, ah! And then so it was just, my house looked like, oh my god, it was
Just chaos.
complete chaos. Complete chaos. It was the funniest thing. Like, she was just like running, and they were just all running in circles
Oh
after each
my
other.
gosh.
And I was like, what is going on? This is just too much. My husband and I just stared at each other like, what? What is happening?
Let it go.
So much.
Let it go.
Not to mention, she was like just in a diaper, and her hair's just all over the place. She looked like just like a crazy wild child. Oh, it was so funny.
I'll check my email. I usually delete my emails though, so I probably don't have those, but I can check.
Cool.
I don't download them. I just read them in the email and.
Right, exactly. Okay, so you want to sprint again to the hour?
Sure.
Cool. So let's start reading. Okay. How much did you guys read during that sprint? I'm on page 102. I'm really liking the true crime in this book.
I don't know how much I read, but I have about 30 pages left.
Nice.
And this is gonna be great.
Did he start killing people yet?
Let's just say he's collected the weapon that he plans on using, or weapons.
Interesting.
It's gonna be a good one, I'm sure. Oh, it's gonna be gross.
And in 30 pages, it's probably going to be nuts.
Yeah, I don't know, but like with the amount of pages left and like where we're at in the story, I think it's gonna be like one of those things where like the biggest thing happens and then it's done. Like I think it's just gonna like smack me in the face and then be like the end. So.
Could be. Could definitely be one of those.
Yeah, but I like this past sprint, like I was just reading so fast. I was like, oh my God, what is going on?
Marcy read 17 pages of Vampire the Vampire. Kim started reading Ashburn again. 8% is still 8%. Historical fiction about... Yeah, that's the Russian history, historical fiction.
I didn't know it's historical fiction. Oh, I thought she was reading like a texty book.
Oh, no, she said up here somewhere.
Okay.
That it was a big historical fiction.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was like a...
Right here. Ruska by Edward Rutherford. It's a historical fiction.
Oh, I missed that.
1800 years of Russian history.
Gosh.
It does sound like a textbook. I'm still rereading it. I haven't gotten very far, though. I started the Book of Cold Cases, and that's kind of taking all my attention right now. And I started The Flowers in the Attic, finally.
Have you started Manhunt?
Not yet, but it's going to be available. Okay, so I kind of want to buy it, but also it's going to be available on Scribd on the 25th, which is 5 days before the live show. But if it's an audiobook, like, I'll finish it like in a couple days.
It's not very long, anyways.
Are there a lot of DNFs, really?
I DNF'd it.
Yet, so.
I DNF'd it. Kat DNF'd it. Someone in Discord, I think, also mentioned DNFing it.
Oh, really?
I think, though, if you like post-apocalyptic zombie survival type horror, then you'll probably like it.
Oh, really? I feel like that's totally like something Marcy will love.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely have to read it.
Likes I Am Legend. And that's...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm excited to try it out for sure. Sounds cool. I haven't read anything like that in a long time, so definitely down for it. The DNFs make me nervous, but also I remember Kat even saying, like, this isn't my type of book at all. Like,
yeah, no, it definitely has an audience. Like, it's not like poorly written or something. Like, it's not like a universal reason why I DNF'd it. But oh no, I don't have a problem with that. I'm about to read this kid brutally butcher somebody. Like,
how old is he at this point? Like, that you're reading it?
Like when you start, he's like 12, and you don't really know the passage of time because he's like delving into this madness,
right?
But I think it's only been like maybe 3-5 years. Like I think he's still like a teenager
Okay.
maybe late teens at the most, because like he's
Right.
talking about other kids his age are now at like university, but this is Ireland, and so they talk about like primary, secondary school. I'm not 100% sure like
Right.
what age
Exactly.
that is, but I think he's like 12 when it starts.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting. I
it's
don't
gonna be
know.
good.
I'm excited to see what you end up saying about it when it's finished. I don't know. It sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
like
it.
one of my favorite books is Perfume by Patrick Süskind.
That's a
So
good
I'm
one.
like, that is like giving me that vibe. Like I might have to really read this book.
Yeah, no, I think if you like that book, you'll like this one.
Cool. Then it's definitely for
It's
me.
definitely written different though. Like we're not I don't
Mm.
it's not like as chaotic. Perfume isn't
Right.
as chaotic as this one. Yes.
Interesting.
And to be fair, like I don't know if you can really tell it's set in Ireland except for like saying, "Oh, I went to Dublin," or, but
Mhm.
yeah, set in Ireland.
Then it's like mostly his like inner monologue too. So
Yes, like to the
not a
point
lot of
where it's like you
description.
don't know sometimes it's like you don't know if something's actually happening until he like corrects it and explains like what actually happened. Like he
Interesting.
says what he wants to say or what he wants to do, and then like at the end of the sentence he'll be like, "But I just said this instead." Or so it's like,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Interesting.
it
I don't
is
know.
weird.
I'm glad that I put it on my wish list because I feel like it's something I'm going to like. I am a little nervous about Manhunt, but I don't know. I think I might end up really enjoying it.
Yeah,
And
I wouldn't be
I
worried
know
about like
Marcy's
gore stuff either. I feel like you read enough weird and horror stuff, and
yeah.
yeah.
I gore isn't something that typically bothers me at all, so I
Me
think
neither.
I'll be okay with that. Hmm. I don't know, Marcy will probably end up loving it, and so I have to read it because otherwise it's just gonna be another live show where Marcy's just talking about how much she loved the book. I'll definitely listen to it. It's gonna be on Scribd on the 25th, so I was like, I told myself I wasn't gonna wait till the last minute to read the books, but I can't buy more books right now. I'm spending so much money just on other things. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll listen to it. I saved it, so we'll see. But I had already known that like Kat was DNFing it and stuff. And how far did you get into it?
Oh, not far at all.
Really?
Yeah, there was some like terminal like I don't want this to come off the wrong way. I'm not like anti-trans or anything, but she used the term like chromosome crusaders, and I'm like, this is too cheesy for me. Like I like I don't like the post like okay, to begin, I don't like post apocalyptic stuff
So
really.
it's
Like I'm
not
very
your
picky about it. So
Mhm,
then you do there's just a lot to it, I feel like, and I just was
mhm.
like not even feeling like I don't want to hear about these people having to battle. Like there's enough of a real fight over
Right.
how people live
Okay.
their lives, and then you throw it
Interesting.
into like this post-apocalyptic thing, and I'm like, I'm so sick of these people having to like defend themselves, and now they're gonna have to literally defend their lives. But
Yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
but post-apocalyptic, like I'll always try it, but yeah, no, I much prefer like Survivor Song, like by Paul Tremblay, because it was so much more focused on the characters versus like the actual physical act of fighting and surviving.
Mhm.
Like it was more about their relationships. And so like this one I didn't get far enough. So maybe it is more about like the personal people and like their whatever's going on with them and relationships and stuff. But it
Right.
seemed pretty like like we're gonna hunt each other, we need to find our food. Like I just don't care about that stuff.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
No, I think it definitely people are definitely gonna like it. Like
Yeah.
it's
I
just
mean, if there's a lot going on as far as the plot, like if there's a lot of action and stuff going, like it's probably going to get my attention.
yeah. I didn't know the audiobook was on script. Maybe I'll retry it with the audiobook.
Yeah, it doesn't become available until the 25th, but yeah.
That just
It
might
will
be
be.
your membership.
Really?
Hmm.
Do they do that?
Yeah,
Is it
like
like
if you listen to too many books or too many new releases or download too many in your monthly cycle, they'll cut you off and not let you have something for until the next month, until the next cycle.
really? Is that how it works?
It's not like technically unlimited anymore. Like I think the trick is to not download things, but then you might lose your spot if you exit out of the book. But yeah, it's like if you do too many new releases or too many books in general, they'll because like I tried to get the new Alex Feeney? No,
Right.
what's her name? Alex Finley? I don't know. I recently tried to get a book and it made me wait until I paid again.
Oh, really?
I think that's how it is because that seems to be the only time that that happens to me, and then it's available once I pay the next monthly payment.
Right. See, now it's not even popping up when I look for it. But I saved it. But I saved it.
Yeah, it's available for me.
What? Really? I
Hmm.
didn't know that's how it worked. I honestly did not even realize that's how it worked at all. Hmm.
By not downloading Kim, so like when you're on Scribd, I don't even know if you can see this because of the glare, but it says like listen now really big, and you can click that and start listening, or you hit the download button and it saves it. But my experience to the like listening now button is if there's a glitch or you exit out of the book, you're not going to remember, it doesn't save like where you were at. So like if you're in the middle of chapter 12 and you don't know how much time you have left and then like it doesn't save it, you might have to find your spot again.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why like my thing is I will check my library options like Libby and Hoopla for newer things or whatever. I'll try that first and then
Right.
delegate Scribd for like stuff like that I need, like book club stuff or what I can't
Right.
get at the library. But
So
and a
does
lot of
that like
backlist stuff like Stephen King. Anytime I do a download or a Stephen King, I usually do audiobooks, and I do that.
do they count your saved titles or is it just
I
downloaded?
don't think they count the saved because you're not downloading them, you're not starting them. It's kind of
Oh,
like
that's
you just like trying to remind. It's like a reminder list or whatever, like a want to
right.
read.
Because I only had 2 books downloaded.
Where are they new?
No, I have Flowers in the Attic, and then I had is it The Lost Village
That's weird.
by Camilla Sten? Because I was gonna read that. Yeah.
Oh, Kim says she only does listen now, and it still cuts her off sometimes. Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, I just know to be careful in my newer selections.
interesting. I mean, I have a lot of stuff saved, just like in different.
I do too, and that's just like I use that as like a TBR kind of thing. And
Right,
I don't think
exactly.
that ever affects you. I think it's like what you actually listen to or
Mm,
actually read through.
huh. I just thought like, oh, it was going to be available on Scribd.
No, it should be available the day it comes out if Scribd hasn't blocked you or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I don't even see it. It's not even on here anymore. I swear it was on there and I saved it. And now it's like not there. at all. I'm so confused. When you look it up, it's on there though?
Yeah.
Weird. I guess I'll find
Yeah, when you do
out.
your search and like it comes up and it'll show you just like a few options at the top, you have to hit like view all sometimes, and
Right.
it's like farther down, like they try to hide stuff. Oh, you can only listen to so many books by the same publisher, then it cuts you off from books by that publisher. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, Amanda, same here. Sometimes you have to search for the author instead of the title and stuff. It's really
Oh,
weird. I don't know what the deal is or how they purchase audiobooks or whatever, but
right.
Book of the Month Club is increasing their prices.
Yes, I got that email today.
Only by
Um,
$1. Like, I mean, it's fine,
I
but
mean, it's not going to make a difference to me at all.
no.
I'm still going to use it. But yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, I did look
Could
it
be.
up by author and it did pop up, but
Hmm.
it's fine. I'll figure it out. I mean, the author has two last names, so it's like I just keep putting in the first one and then I'm like, oh, I should probably put in
Oh, yeah.
both to make it a little easier from one. Yeah, it doesn't even pop up when I search. I don't know. Maybe I imagined things.
It's
I
got, it
swear it
doesn't,
was like,
yeah, it only has 1,300 ratings, but it's sitting at 3.9 on Goodreads.
so that's not bad at all.
No.
I might just go ahead and buy the book too and just support the author because I know that they
Yeah.
got some really shitty reviews for dumb reasons. So
Oh, yeah. I heard about that too.
script book of the month and Prime. I know
Yeah.
Prime went up. I didn't know script was going up again, but I mean I'm not really surprised because
Yeah.
everything is more expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll sprint again at 20, and then that'll be the last sprint. Then I gotta go get Robin. She's at daycare right now. I was supposed to bring her yesterday. I totally forgot. Like it was my off day, but I was supposed to bring her because they were supposed to have like their Easter party. Because they didn't end up having it Friday. They didn't have enough kids show up. So they were gonna do it yesterday. And I forgot to take her yesterday. But we were having fun hanging out here. We my brother-in-law bought her this like it's like a bounce house. But
Mhm.
it's like just, it's like a single, it's got a single little bounce house and a slide.
Nice.
Yeah, like I think he bought it for her last year on Easter, and we really haven't gotten like a lot of opportunities to use it. So we used it like all day on Easter and we still had it up yesterday, so we let her just play on it all day yesterday. She still
Yeah.
had a great time.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I last week I got a little like those $10 plastic kiddie pools
Mhm.
and I drilled some holes in it and I just filled it up with a bunch of rocks and put some
Oh,
trucks in there and Gunner was having the time of his life.
really? I need to do that with Robin too. We she has the same type of thing, but she also has this small plastic slide that she
Mhm.
can climb up on her own and slide down. So we put the plastic slide, we put the end of it into the pool so she can slide into it, and we put a bunch of balloons in there, and she just
Oh, nice.
balloons, and she has a great time in there. Like we just have it in the garage, so if my husband's working on something, he can watch her out there, or if we're both out there just hanging out, she's out there with her balloons and her slide.
All these fancy toys and I just buy a bag of rocks. Here.
Right? And they're just having a great time with it. Like, honestly, Robin's had the most fun just carrying around the plastic eggs. Like, just carrying around the plastic eggs has been her favorite thing. Just a basket with plastic empty eggs. And she's had the best time doing it.
So weird.
It was that simple. So I'm just saving those same eggs. I bagged them up already, and they're just gonna be reused next year.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, saving the environment, saving my money.
There you go.
All right, let's sprint again.
All
I'm
right.
excited to read more
Gonna
of this.
finish
And we're
this.
yes, finish. Try to finish it. Yeah. We want final thoughts. Okay, I made it to 135. I'm like really close to the halfway point. Zero pages again, no problem. Totally fine. We're just here to hang out no matter what. Totally fine. Yeah, exactly what Carol said. I am really, really, really enjoying this. Like, I haven't been this excited to read a book in a long time. So, I think I'm going to continue to read more of it tonight. Hopefully, get at least to the halfway point. So, I mean, it's 340 pages. So, like 190 or something. What would that be? 170. 170. But I think I just saw part 2 or something. Yeah, part 2 is on 158. So if I at least make it to part 2, that would be cool. But I'm really, really liking this so much. I feel like this is getting me out of my slump. I feel like between this and then listening to Flowers in the Attic, which I'm really enjoying the audiobook of, I think they're helping a lot. So I think I'm feeling better. I wouldn't be surprised if like right after this I end up picking up like a Darcy Coates or like another thriller or something. Cause it's like, I don't know. This is just really good. Ooh, I bet they're so pretty too. I love A Stranger Dream. I have the Mars Attacks one. I really, really like it. The little Mars Attacks guy. I love that one. I think that's the only one I have, but I should probably go check out the website and see what else they have. I know, I feel like I am. I really do. I feel like I have. Like reading this, like I'm so excited. Like I did not want to stop at the end of the sprint. I did not want to stop reading it. So, I'm definitely going to just like continue reading this. That would be like seriously, I started it this morning. It'd be so dope if I just like finished it tonight. I don't know. I might be overly confident, but I'm like, I don't see a point that I'm gonna want to stop reading it. I don't know, I'm just enjoying it a lot. I don't know. But I'm glad that I picked it up. All right. Well, I guess I could end these sprints now. I'm gonna have to go and pick up Robin and probably just heat up leftover dinner because I made homemade albondiga soup the other night, like 2 nights ago, and it came out really, really good. So I'm gonna eat that again tonight. I'm excited. Ooh, what? Okay, I'm gonna go check out the website and see if there's something I want to order because I haven't bought myself a bookmark in a while. I know. I'm so excited about the Butcher Boy. I'm so glad I added it to my wish list because it's sounding like something that I'm like really into. Okay, well, thanks guys for coming to the sprints today. It was fun. I'm so glad I got a lot of reading done and like that I'm enjoying this. I'm so glad and I can't wait for the next round of sprints. But I don't know if we'll have one or not before the live show. The live show is going to be on the 30th and it's going to be in the morning my time, so it'll be like later for some people, so that should help. with the like time zone and everything. No, it's totally fine. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Bye. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. So awesome. But yeah, the live show will be on the 30th. I'll put announcements on Instagram, but the broadcast is already up on YouTube if you don't have Instagram. And then I'll plan some other sprints. I don't know if we'll have any before the 30th, but if I feel like sprinting, I might if I'm like still reading a bunch. Good night. You guys have a great day. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.